So now we'd like to introduce you to another of the musicians who also performs there. Periodically, we bring an individual onto the show who could be called a local treasure. And I think Naomi Biela is one of those treasures. You'll find Naomi playing the piano at Chocolaterie Stam every Friday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon. Hello, Naomi.
Hi, Ursula. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. It's very nice to have you here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Naomi, how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Okay. So you're a 15-year-old musician who can be seen every Friday?
Indeed.
From 4 to 6?
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you get into being a musician at Chocolaterie Stam?
Oh, my goodness. Well, music has been a huge part of my life because both of my parents are musicians. They run Ames Music Studios and Ankeny School of Performing Arts. And part of the reason I got into Stam was it was actually kind of my mom's idea. She wanted me to have a place that I could go and perform that was sort of a smaller setting, but that I would be sort of out in the community.
So she kind of got you out there in public.
Yes, she
said,
definitely
start
did.
Performing.
Yeah.
So you are from a musical family, and what kind of music do you play when you are at Chocolaterie Stam?
Well, it's a range of music. For piano music strictly, I usually play classical. But when I'm doing piano and vocal, it can be anything from classical to contemporary.
So you sing as well as
Yes,
play piano?
I do.
Uh-huh. So what's it like performing at Stam?
It's extremely fun. I love it. It can be a little nerve-wracking at times, especially when you're trying to communicate with people and perform. But
what do you mean by that? You mean people talk to you?
Yeah, like when you're talking to people.
People come up to you? And
oh, yeah, definitely.
What do they say to you?
Well, they often ask, how long have you been playing? Sometimes they'll ask what pieces I'm playing. They just want to talk to me about what I do.
Mm-hmm. So you get a lot of attention while you're there. I mean, people listen to you.
Definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You get a good audience.
Yes, they're very good.
Yeah.
So did it take you a while to get used to doing this?
It does. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've done it on and off actually for quite a few years. But it does take a little while at first to just sort of make sure all my repertoire is ready for it. But then once I start doing it, it's natural.
So since this is an important question, how long have you been playing at Stam?
Oh boy. I would say probably on and off for about 3 or 4 years at this point.
So that means that you started playing there when you were 11?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Uh-huh.
Gracious.
Yeah.
So was it intimidating at first, or was this just part of being a musician?
I think it was intimidating, yes, but gosh, a musician performs all the time, so why not get used to it at an early age,
Okay, so tell us what one of your more memorable experiences working at Stam.
I remember it was back several years ago. I was playing there one evening, and at that point I was only playing for like an hour and a half. But that night they were having the business after hours, and Terry, Mr. Stark, the owner of Chocolaterie Stam, asked me to play there for the business after hours. And so I remember I was playing there for, gosh, it was probably close to 3 hours. And that was it was really fun to sort of, be asked to do something extra. And there were a lot of people there, and it was really awesome.
Did they respond well to you?
Definitely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there a tip jar at Stam?
The musicians have a tip jar, yes.
Uh-huh. So you're a working musician.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you planning to have a career in music?
That is my plan so far.
And does your family encourage you in that?
Absolutely, yes. They've been very supportive. I can't even say how much. Yeah.
And what would you like to do in your career?
Well, so far I would like to be in a band. Of some sort, probably a heavy rock metal band. I'll probably, do some teaching, possibly some performing, just of like piano and vocal. But a band would be really my number one pick.
Huh. Do you do the heavy rock at Stam?
To a certain extent. For contemporary, I do some pieces by bands like Nightwish or Evanescence, which fall more into that category. I mean, there's obviously limitations of what you can do with just a piano and voice, but...
Huh. So now, is it correct that you also study Arabic?
I do. Yeah, I take
Okay.
Arabic at ISU.
So what's that about? Why are you where do you study Arabic?
At ISU.
Uh-huh.
Yep, in Pearson. I chose Arabic. Again, my mom helped me with that choice, but I wanted to take a foreign language, and Arabic is in the top 4 spoken languages in the world, but we don't have very many American people that speak it. And yet, we have this whole Middle Eastern conflict. We have people coming over here from the Middle East, and it's like, well, maybe we should put a little effort to be able to speak their language, because they do that for us.
Very good reasons.
Thank you.
And do you speak any other languages?
Boy, I sing in let's see, French, Italian, German, and English. Several years back, I took Mandarin Chinese, but I haven't really kept that up probably as well as I should.
So you are getting prepared.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, Naomi, that's thank you for coming in and telling us a little bit about it. Any last words about the music at Stam and just about being a musician in general? It sounds like you've thought about this a lot and really have had a lot of experience.
Yeah. I mean, my parents have pushed me a lot, and I'm extremely grateful to them for everything that they've done. I think Stam is a great place for really any musician to go and perform. They're extremely supportive, and they want people to come
It's
in.
a baby grand, right?
Yeah, it is.
Grand,
It's a baby grand, yeah. But it's a wonderful piano. They keep it in really good condition.
Do you know why they've decided to combine a chocolate store with a great baby grand piano?
I don't, but I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way. There's something very sort of romantic about it, and I think it's really cool that Ames has that,
Yes.
because there's very few places that even have a chocolaterie Stam, and it's a very unique place in Ames.
Yeah. Well, Naomi Bela, everybody. She's a local ascending musical talent, and you can hear her perform on the piano at Chocolaterie Stam every Friday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon. And you did mention that your parents are musicians, too.
Yes, they are.
Tell us a little bit about what they do.
Oh, my goodness. Well, they run Ames Music Studios here in Ames, and then in Ankeny, the Ankeny School of Performing Arts. They've been doing that for more years than I can count. In the summers, they also run the Iowa School of Rock, which is basically a 2-week rock camp where they put kids into bands, and then at the end they have a full-blown rock concert, which is a great experience. I've done that since it pretty much started when I was about 4 years old.
So you really have it in your blood and in your whole
Yes.
life.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and giving voice to really what's a treasured talent in our community.
Well, thank you for
And
having me.
a really bright future. So good luck with all that. And
Thank you.
thanks for coming by. And I think we're going to take a break with a piece of music. Would you explain what it is?
It's called Quasimodo. It was sort of based off of the story from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's a little more, it's rock metal, sort of an art rock metal piece.
And who wrote it?
My dad and I wrote it.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is an original
Yes,
piece,
it is.
Quasimodo.
Yeah.
My fortress of fate denied, and now it's too late. I cry.
That was Quasimodo, an original piece by Naomi and Al Biela.